Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me again. It's TeaRon. That's TeaRon period. And it's another Tuesday. So we're going to be doing a movie review, but we're going to be doing something a little bit different as well. This is also going to be our year in review. And because of that, I am here with...
Hey, everybody. It's Tiera. I'm back. Happy Tuesday and happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yes.
Okay. It's officially the first day of Kwanzaa. And the first day... Now you got to bear with me because I'm just now really doing the Kwanzaa stuff now,
same.
right?
Yeah.
So I think we pulled it up here. The first day of Kwanzaa, Tiera, if you could read that, it's Umoja. Umoja.
I love you so
And then
much.
read what it is.
Umoja. Unity. To strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race.
Listen, I'm for unity. I'm for unity. But I'm going to say this. I'm just now in my adulthood getting into this Kwanzaa thing, right? The whole Kwanzaa, because it carries like these significant core values and principles. That's the 7 days. And I like the idea of having something tangible and also meaningful to do for African Americans to celebrate. And it's not something that's like Christmas or Hanukkah and things like this, where it's tied to a religion, which I think is unique. And truly, even though it's a celebration for African American families and communities, truly these 7 principles that we will introduce throughout the Kwanzaa season are all principles that I think anyone can go by. And like you said, today is unity or umoja, and I'm for it. So that being said, this is hot. I'm hot. How y'all be wearing this stuff? I'm hot in this.
Yeah, well, we had to get festive. Let's explain what's going on here.
Yes.
Yes, we got
festive. We will get into our year in review, but first, I want to talk about this movie that we watched that we wanted to review. And the reason we wanted to get into that was because I wanted to keep the Kwanzaa theme up. And when I went on to search for Kwanzaa movies, of course, there are not many, which is going to be another problem. I think there's a void that could be filled, and I think that we could really sow a lot more into Kwanzaa as a whole, as a race of people. I think we could really do that. And based on what we got, we pretty much got a blank canvas to work with. So listen, filmmakers, Hollywood, it's time. We ready.
Yes.
Are you ready? Let's cash in and cash out.
Not cash in and cash out. No,
I think there's a void that just needs to be filled in this genre. What do you think?
I think you're absolutely correct. When we did our research for this, we saw
we came up short.
We came up short. We saw that Kwanzaa was on a Tuesday, started on a Tuesday this year. We thought, how perfect. This is right on brand. And then we, did some research, AKA our Googles, and we only came up with this one film. And so that leads me to ask, where are all the Kwanzaa films? What is happening with Kwanzaa? Where are the Kwanzaa films? I mean, we got a Juneteenth film earlier this year. So I feel like maybe as we continue to move forward, we can get, a Kwanzaa film.
You know what stands out to me? Which probably would have been better to do than this whole movie. There was an episode of Rugrats where Susie's family was celebrating Kwanzaa.
I remember that.
Yeah. And the other kids kind of got to learn about it. Like I think that would maybe we'll do that next year.
I love that. Is if no one does a Kwanzaa movie next year. Maybe
we better have something.
Tubi, somebody, YouTube, one of y'all
at least
a Kwanzaa movie. And I just want to say it here, say it now. Send us the screener. Let us see the screener. We will review it for y'all. Please.
Or if y'all want, we can write a Kwanzaa movie and we can sell it.
We can do that.
Y'all can help us raise money and fund
Yes.
Because I know I can do better than this.
Okay. I would love it. I would love it. But yes, I just want to say, we are being festive today. We are doing our African American, we're giving African, we're giving American, we're doing the things today. It's a fusion. That's what's happening. So we're going to talk about this movie, Holiday Heritage. Let's go.
Holiday Heritage. So we'll get into it. Before we do, let me just say I am TeaRon. So you can follow me on all social medias. You can follow me on Instagram at TeaRon World, on TikTok at TeaRon with 2 underscores. And of course, you can follow Ubiquitous Blacks all over the social media, wherever you follow them. And email. That's the one. You can email us, ubiquitousblacks@gmail.com. Recommendations are welcome. And let me say this too. If you ever want to chime in or jump in with us and be a guest, perhaps, you can even email us info and we can maybe sort something like that out. That could be fun. That'll be a way to be bringing unity now and then.
I love a tie-in. Yes, tie-in.
Tiera, where can they find you on the social?
Yes, for one more week of this year, you can find me on Instagram at it's Tiera Janee, at ITSTIERA JANEE. And then coming next year, I'll have a new handle and new ways for y'all to get in touch with me and follow me. So I got some stuff coming soon for 2024. But for today, that's where I'm at. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I want to, I don't know what the trailer is going to give for holiday. What is this called?
Heritage. Not
Holiday
heart.
Heritage. I was going to say Holiday Heart, right?
Holiday Hustle.
So let's check out the trailer for Holiday Heritage and we'll be right back.
You need one too, Mom?
She's got a fake one.
They're pretty and less mess.
What? There's nothing like the smell of a real tree. Griffin.
Hey, Ella.
Hey.
Merry Christmas.
I love. Let me start with some good stuff first.
Yeah, I love positivity. It's unity.
You lead
unity.
with that. You lead with that. Sweet stuff.
You do.
We the people. As for me and my house, as for Tiera, I'm sure as well, we love Holly Robinson Peete.
We do.
We love. If there's someone who don't bother nobody, just so sweet, so beautiful, just has always been consistently just like, I feel like I could talk to her. I feel like I'd be like, hey, what's up? And she'd be like, hey, like she knew me,
Yeah.
I've always got that energy from her.
She gives cool aunt vibes, like the cool auntie, like the auntie who had a little money, well-traveled,
Personally, now I know she's been married for a long time.
Yes.
But if she was not, woo, she's so pretty.
Let's not forget, she was like one of the OG baddies, hanging with Mr. Cooper. Let's not forget. Let's not play in Holly's face.
She's still bad.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Okay. So, she's the lead in this film, and you can't go wrong with that. So that's fine.
Is she the lead?
Yes.
Holly Robinson Peete is the lead.
Oh wait, no, she's not.
Y'all.
You know what? That's who I came to see.
Clearly.
Wow. Okay, she's not the lead, but she is the anchor for the film. Let me put it that way.
There you go.
Who is our lead? Who we got, Tiera?
So the lead is actually it's funny that you called Holly Robinson the lead because I could see why. Because the girl who is the lead in this film looks just like her. I
swear.
I mean, as it opened, my very first note for this is this her daughter for real? And funny enough,
that was my question.
TeaRon, you texted me as you were watching this, and you were like, "Is this her daughter for real?"
What is it?
And it's not her daughter for real. But they did such a good job of. I know they did such a good job of. Like,
I'm surprised. What's the young lady's name?
Her name is Lindey Greenwood, and she's a Canadian actress.
Lindey Greenwood Peete.
Yes, Lindey Greenwood Peete. Yes, absolutely. And she was actually the star of Holiday Heritage.
Okay. And very gorgeous, very, very pretty. But wow, that that casting is insane because I thought I was like, oh, she's probably related, you know? It just made sense.
No,
it just made sense. Lay out the synopsis for this for us real quick, and then I'm gonna I'll tell you what I thought.
I'm laying out the synopsis for this. All right, I'll do it. So Ella, who is not Holly Robinson Peete's daughter, with the help of her ex-boyfriend, Griffin, encourages her family to celebrate Christmas and Kwanzaa to heal their past wounds. Take it away, T.
Okay. Do you also have, because to me there's only like 4 main characters here. Mm-hmm. Do you also have who's our Griffin? Griffin
is played by Brooks Darnell. Mm-hmm. That is the ex-boyfriend / mayor of the town.
It's Christmas time, so there's always a mayor.
There's always a mayor who's very familiar with the main family. Always.
Everybody. Why
overly familiar? Yeah.
Honestly, I guess that's how you have a good Christmas is you're cool with the mayor.
Cool with the mayor. Because one of my notes here, and I'll get to the last character, but one of my notes here says the mayor has nothing to do. Like he literally has nothing.
No mayoral duties in this town.
Zero. No controversy in the town.
Where was the town at in Pennsylvania or something like that?
Oh, baby.
I can't remember. It was one of the P's.
Yeah. No, it was one of the made up towns. It wasn't a real town. It
wasn't a real town, but the state I think was like.
I see. Yes, it was Pennsylvania. It was a fictional town.
Definitely a fictional town.
The grandmother, who I think you're referring to, she's played by Darlene Cook. Those are our main
okay. Here we go.
Come on.
When we looked this film up, it was with the idea of finding something Kwanzaa related. And then this came out so recently, just last year, 2022. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, Tiera, here's something. And then we see Holly Robinson Peete, and then it's called Holiday Heritage. And that's
all the trimmings.
Yeah. I was like, oh wow. Little did I know this movie was going to be more holiday than it was heritage.
Yes.
It's a Hallmark thing. With Hallmark, let me tell you something about Hallmark, y'all. If y'all don't know what Hallmark is, if you're watching this from somewhere else and you don't have the Hallmark channel, Hallmark, they make all their money for Christmas.
Facts.
Christmas is their cornerstone for everything that they do. And if you don't know Hallmark channel, you heard of Hallmark cards, things like this. But let me tell you something. Yes, Hallmark got it down to a science. They will film an entire Christmas movie in 24 hours. You understand what I'm saying? Like they say, here's our basic script. Here, here's
our roster of actors.
Here's your wardrobe. Matter of fact, what Tiera's wearing is what everyone wears in these Hallmark movies. All of them.
It's true.
All of them. I think Hallmark is the one that prints those pattern now. It's on the tag. It's got to be. And to me, it's a very militant style. So it could be the middle of June, and they've already filming a Christmas movie. They're gonna film 5 Christmas movies in a week on that same lot. And not change any of the set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Actually, there was an article that I read maybe a year or two ago, and it was about Hallmark movies and how they film them. They really do film them in someplace in Canada, and it's within 10 days, and they have like a roster of actors that they go to. And every, like TeaRon is saying, every movie is a formula, the same formula. I always say you could go to sleep, fall asleep, you could leave the room, you could turn off the TV and turn it back
on. What's going on?
And you already know what's going on.
You already know what's going on.
But it works. It works.
Nothing great like that. So you kind of have your tone set. And that's probably why also it was more holiday than it was heritage.
Yeah. That was disappointing. I was disappointed by that.
I was disappointed too. So the movie starts out. We are in the thick of the Christmas season. The family dynamic is the big thing that's like, threaded throughout the film is that the mom, played by Holly Robinson Peete, tells her daughter in advance, ahead of the Christmas and Kwanzaa season, that she plans on moving away to get out of made up town Pennsylvania and moved to Chicago or whatever. Because she's ready to move on with her life. And I think that her father has passed, if I'm not mistaken. So he's not around this holiday season. It's a bit different. And then they decide to keep that secret between them to try and keep the peace for the holiday season when they go to visit the grandmother. That's the gist of it. What I didn't understand, Tiera, was with the relationship between the grandmother and the mother, she just flat out like hated her. What was that? She just did not like her. Anything in the movie, the grandmother did not like Holly's character.
Got it.
What was that about?
You know,
I would just look up and she would be like rolling her eyes at her or whatever. And her daughter would be like, oh no, let's not. I just didn't understand why she just had such disdain for her.
I will say this. That's not as far-fetched as you would think.
It's not. It's not.
It's more common than people probably would admit. I was actually shocked that they went there because I was like, oh, because as we said, Hallmark is very much a formula. It's
generic.
Very much light, airy, generic. They don't really talk about like social issues or like emotional issues. They don't do that. That's not their space. So I was actually surprised to see them kind of going down that lane because I felt like that was relatable because we can sit up and pretend that mothers and daughters and families are all like, it's, warm and fuzzies all the time, but 9 times out of 10 is not, it may not be to that level. So I was actually surprised that they went that far. So yeah, that was, I'll take them back a little bit by that, but it's more common than you would think. I'll just say that.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I just didn't get it. And then also the grandmother, what was her name? The character? Cookie?
The character's name was Tess. But yeah, it's Tess. Chapel. Because of course. Why are you shaking your head at Tess?
Horrible casting. Horrible casting. Horrible casting.
Tell us why. Tell us why.
No. The answer is no. No.
Huh, okay.
Like, no. There's no way that woman raised them. It didn't fit. It wasn't a good fit. The lines, like I said, it's Hallmark. The lines are on the paper. They don't want you improvising. They don't want you adding your own flavor to it. They found a woman who looked like she could make a mean pot of greens, but she sounded like she puts raisins all up in her potato salad. I said, this can't be real. That can't be how she talked. Like, no. It was very much holiday and very little heritage. You understand what I'm saying?
Are you saying it was inauthentic?
Inauthentic. Everything that she said from there was a point where she and the mayor are outside talking or something.
When he's putting up her Christmas lights, is that a scene?
Yes. Why is he putting up her Christmas lights? Whatever. He ain't got nothing to do.
Because he had nothing else to do. The mayor had nothing else to do.
But they're outside. They take a few steps. They stop. They talk. What I'm looking at from a directorial eye, right, is I'm like, okay, I see what's happening here because I'm looking at the shots. I want to see if I see the cameraman in the reflection of the glass, little stuff like this. And you don't see any of that, of course, but
you were so petty.
But I can tell that, they were walking along and I could tell like there's a tape on the ground and they stop on their mark. And you know what I mean? Like it was very but it could again, that could just be a Hallmark thing, but horrible casting for the mother. Did not like any of her performance in this movie at all. I'm so sorry. And I know it's a holiday film. It's supposed to be light and airy and stuff like you said, but we could have got somebody else or we could have just left her out.
No, but if you leave her out, then you don't have the conflict.
Well, we could have got somebody else.
Okay.
So I'm so sorry. I just could not. I was trying to swallow it, but I could not.
She seemed like a nice lady.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what?
What?
Shout out to the internet. She is Canadian, so maybe that's why the speech thing is not.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
makes
so
sense.
like a granny who grew up.
They
in,
all probably are Canadian except for Holly. They probably just flew Holly in.
Yeah, they flew Holly in because she's the big name. But like now that I say it, like a grandmother, now Canadians, don't drag me. I don't know, but I feel like y'all's grannies are different than our grannies. So next. Next point.
Which is probably why they, like, again, this Kwanzaa thing, it's an African-American thing, but
yeah. Now you're talking, because you're right. Why are y'all going to get Canadians and Holly Robinson Peete? And that's not shade to Holly. But why are y'all going to get them to do African American holiday? It just
drove me up a wall. It drove me up a wall. I could just sense the rushedness of it, and I could sense the genericness and the like the inauthenticity. Unauthentic.
That's it. Amen. That's it.
I could feel it was fake. Okay. And then we spend most of the movie within the Christmas season. I don't know why we didn't start right after Christmas and got right into the Kwanzaa of the thing. But again, Hallmark.
Hallmark said, "You gonna get this Christmas. That's what you gonna get.
Yeah.
You gonna get some Christmas. Don't play in our face."
So we spend most of the, when I say most of the movie is around the Christmas season, which is
90%.
Yeah, which is fine. Because Black people celebrate Christmas too.
Facts.
So that was fine and all, but I don't think we should have started so early before Christmas in this. By the time we got to the Kwanzaa of the thing, it was the daughter who decided that she wanted to keep this tradition up because it was something that her grandfather believed in heavily. He loved his traditions, and this was everything from all the Christmas stuff to reading holiday stories with the family, all this stuff. She just wanted to keep it up, and she wanted to keep her family together. Nothing special to hear, okay? I thought that it would do some work of like educating people about Kwanzaa a bit more, but to me, the Kwanzaa stuff came in so late in the movie that it had no time to be shared fully. So we rushed through the days, of Kwanzaa in like 10 minutes or less. What was your thought on that, Tiera?
I mean, I gotta agree, T. Like, I mean, just right now I'm looking at the cover art for this, and it has the Hanukkah, the Kwanzaa, the candles in the front, but then they're wrapped in a wreath, like a Christmas wreath. So looking at it, you do think, okay, we're gonna get a fusion of both, and you do get that, but there's so little of the Kwanzaa that's included. It's you almost forget that it is, supposed to be a Kwanzaa movie. And it also felt like, again, a Hallmark, the formula, and then somebody was like, Hallmark. Actually, let's make this a little Kwanzaa. And then they just a dash of Kwanzaa.
Let me put it this way. If the holiday was, the holiday part of this movie, the Christmas part of this movie was Kool-Aid, it would be red Kool-Aid. And the heritage part, Kwanzaa, would be sugar.
Don't say the sugar.
They had a big pitcher of Kool-Aid and this much sugar, probably 1 tablespoon of sugar.
I was gonna say a little bit, like just a little.
We didn't get no heritage. So for that reason, I am going to rate this film, and I am going to give this film a Stacey Dash for me, dog. I hate to do that, but listen. Y'all got to do the work, okay? This is something we want. I would love to see a well-budgeted, well-thought-out, well-written, well-acted Kwanzaa film. I think it's fine. Again, the principles of Kwanzaa represent people in general. Anyone can relate to it. So you're not even isolating anyone, no matter what their religious beliefs are, anything really. it's there, and I think it's possible. And I think it's a blank canvas. I think there's room for it. But that's what I'm gonna have to give it, because I was very let down. And even in the generic, like, soft Hallmark way, where it's like, okay, I don't expect it to be like stellar or anything, crazy like that. But I expected it to be half and half. And it just, I don't know. They try to speak to us, but there were no Black writers in the room, it seemed like. What about you, Tiera?
Well, friends, I was going to also give this a Stacey dash, but there are a couple things that saved it from that. One, Holly Robinson Peete. So happy to see her. Loved seeing her.
Yes, absolutely.
Her acting was fine. The role was fine. The main young lady who played Ella, her daughter, Lindey Greenwood.
She's fine.
She was fine. She was great.
She is fine.
With the material. Okay, you hush. She worked with the material that had been gave to her. Okay, like that. They just did what they could with what they had. I did like how the entire town celebrated Kwanzaa for the 30 seconds that they celebrated it. I appreciated
that the 1,000 cookies, right?
The 1,000 cookies, and then it being New Year's Eve, and it being toward the end of Kwanzaa, and everyone in the town, No Name Town, Pennsylvania, was involved and was a part of the celebration. So I appreciated that. They didn't make it to the Black thing. I like that they incorporated everyone. Yeah. So for that, I'm going to give this a Kevin Hart with a dash of Stacey.
Since we dashing stuff.
We dashing and whatnot.
We just add a little dash of.
A little sprinkle. That's where I'm at.
Oh, that's fair. I want to say, Tiera, this has been quite the year. Just looking back on it, as far as like coming up with this idea, because again, this was birthed out of you and I already talking about things we watch all the time. And I was like, wait a minute, this is too good to not share. And it's been a slow climb, but it's fun. It doesn't feel always like work until we have to like come up with a list and plan it all out and everything. But I wouldn't want to be doing this with anybody else, honestly.
I would. Let's be clear. I wouldn't do this with anyone else. Let's be clear on that.
The idea for this was to have something in addition to what was already happening, right? With doing these interviews, talking to people around the world about different things, this is something lighter. And there's always new media and new stuff coming along. And again, there's not a lot of times we don't get anybody talking about some of these things, even though there are a lot of us watching them. There are people who are watching Tubi movies as though they are blockbuster films. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to just speak to those audiences. We're going to be the only people talking about holiday heritage in this way. I guarantee it. Yeah. And that's not shade. But the point is, there's plenty of content that we as African Americans are making, and Black people in other countries are making and sharing, that does not get as much love. And if we can develop something and continue to do what we're doing and shed light on those things, I think that's a win for me, honestly. But what we're looking back on the year for you, what was one of your favorite moments of the year
of the year in general, or
not in general, just as it relates to review? Yeah.
I gotta say, when we reviewed 3 Ways and we got new eyeballs and new people to watch it, and kudos to you for putting together, some of that, marketing behind that, and like doing just such a good job of like piquing the curiosity and interest in people, and just like, getting shout outs from some of the actors in the film and nods from them. I think for me that was really, really cool, especially because it was a movie that I just kind of watched on a whim. I didn't watch it to say like, let's get people to react. It wasn't that at all. I really genuinely had the reactions, and then I told you, and I was like, you have to watch it. And then you had the reactions that you had. It was just very genuine. It really, really was organic. And I thought it was cool that we got the reaction that we got. And then people watched the movie, which is like ultimately
this is true. I'm yet waiting on my check from Hulu them for getting them more views for Three Ways because but yeah, that was a good one. One of my favorite ones this year was there's so many actually. So damn, I really like shuffling through them.
Right.
Let me pick one. I think I really enjoyed reviewing Rye Lane, actually.
You loved it.
I really loved that movie. Made me feel so warm. It made me feel a lot warmer than this holiday heritage should have made me feel.
So childish.
But it was one of those things where it was something that it was us finally reviewing something that was recommended to us because we constantly ask for recommendations, and it was a film that hit it out of the park, and I like that. I want more of that. I want more recommendations, more interactions with people who are watching and having a good time with this, because this is a two-way street. We need each other, just like we need each other. We need each other. We need y'all too. So the more interactions we get, the better. Following, subscribing, sharing is a huge part. And for those who have rode with us throughout this whole thing, I am greatly appreciative. It's been a fun year. I am definitely looking forward to what the new year will bring.
Yeah, for sure. I'm so glad that you pressured me into doing this after all this time, all these years. Because like you said, we do this anyway. And you've always said, we should be doing this, T. We should be doing this, T. And finally, the stars aligned, AKA I stopped being stubborn, and I'm here, and I have been having a blast. I've learned so much through this, and I'm just excited about 2024. What's to come. I'm excited about more engagement. I'm excited about more, recommendations and things that people are going to send our way. And, when people write this Kwanzaa movie, they're going to send us a screener. I already know it. I'm calling it.
They're going to have to.
They have to. Where else they going to send it?
Well, this is fun. But that being said, I again want to invite you to continue to share with us in the new year. Enjoy the rest of your holidays. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. And as Kwanzaa rolls through, go ahead and get into it. Check out these principles. See if it's something that you can incorporate with you and your family as well. And we'll get more heritage in our holidays that way, I think.
Yes. Yes, we will.
Let's get more heritage in our holidays, please. Yes. I have nothing more to say. Oh, wait. I do have one more thing.
Uh-oh.
This is good.
Good. Okay.
I need you to do these things. Like, subscribe, notification bell if you're on YouTube. If you are listening to this as a audio medium on your podcast platform of choice, go ahead and leave us a 5-star rating and a review. Leave us a review as well. And if you are, on the socials, Instagram, all those things, look up Ubiquitous Blacks. Just type it in and you'll find us. And we have plenty of new fun things to come. And I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Yes. Oh, and one more thing before we get out of here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It better be a Happy New Year.
It better be a happy.
Don't even give me started.
I'm in here correct. 24. Come correct. It's a leap year too, so we get an extra day. So it better be a good day. In Jesus' name. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.